So it is overgrowth for the decider. The third game between these two, it is one game apiece. Deathlake this time playing Terran, so we've had one of each from him. GLHF indeed, Radiowaves playing Zerg. So in the first game, Radiowaves managed to come through with a Roach Hydra push that Deathlake did not hold as Protoss. In the second game, a proxy hatch from oh, what's this? It's going to be double proxy racks. It's going to be a double proxy. I don't know where they're going though. I mean, I'm building, yeah, well, I was going to say I'm building it there, but they're taking the scenic route. I don't know why they wouldn't come up through here. Anyway, in the second game, a proxy hatch from Radiowaves failed, and he couldn't come back from there, and Deathlake finally took that game to level things up at one game each. So Arax comes down at home, so when if a scout arrives, everything's going to look all very normal. I don't know about this, having the two workers at the front here, you're going to be very mineral light when you've got two workers on the other side of the map and two at the front here. You know, you're 4 SCVs short of where you should be, and you're not even building an SCV. I don't like that. I would have preferred to see a worker drop depot, then halt production in the depot and send the worker to build the racks. So nothing can get into scout, but at the same time you've only got one worker at the front. To be honest, Zerg, you know, they don't often send drones across the map to scout, so you've got plenty of time before the Overlord gets there. He is going to send an SCV into his opponent's base, and when you see this is exactly what you want to see. You know, you've gone for the double proxy racks. You're going to be turning up early. What do you want to see? You want to see that your opponent has expanded. You want to see that they have put 300 minerals into a hatchery. That's 300 minerals that they don't have to spend on units. That's, you know, all the litter that their first lings were out. All of those types of things. It's exactly what you want to see. But how quickly are these Marines going to come up? We have a third racks coming down. This worker needs to be sent home. You know, you need as many minerals as you can get your hands on here to make this work. This worker needs to not be idle. The other thing you've got to be really careful of when you're playing this sort of build, this sort of proxy build, is to make sure your racks are always busy, and make sure you don't get supply blocked. So keep a careful eye on the supply at all times, and make sure. Now at present he has got, you know, a healthy 11 supply to play with, but look, these racks not doing anything. Not doing anything, man. If you're going to play a rush, then rush. You know, there's a reason they call it a rush. So make sure they're building. These two workers idle. Fix that. Even if just put one of them to good use building a supply depot. You know, once your production is coming off 4 or 5 racks, you know, this 5 supply gap that you've got here, that will vanish very, very quickly indeed. So you know, you've got idle workers, build supply. Now's the time, really. He's got enough. Get into your opponent's base. Soon there are going to be lings coming out, and they're going to be lings with speed, and this is going to be all the trickier. So you want to get in here, kill the queen before anything else comes out. Start doing damage. Yeah, run queen, run. I don't know if I run actually. You know, attacking with the workers perhaps with backup from the queen wouldn't have been a crazy plan. Yeah, you lose all those workers, but you know they're all going to die anyway. So you know, if you can get a few free shots off, the queens now can transfuse each other, but no transfuse comes down. Didn't have enough energy for it. This queen's going to go. Spine crawlers have been dropped. These need to be turned into lings, but they're not being turned into anything at present. Radiowaves is panicking. He's lost it. He's not doing anything. He's not building stuff. I don't know what he's thinking. He's researching burrow, but you know that is never going to finish. You've got larvae here that could have been, you know, they'd be popping out by now if you'd have responded straight away. Roaches, ideally turn them into roaches. These guys are going to run. What are they going to do? Drop spine crawlers across here wouldn't be a crazy plan. This queen is going to die very, very quickly indeed. Still the larvae aren't doing anything. He's got no money left. He's spent it on things like burrow. Well, yeah, man. That's how you do that. Roll the decider, and Deathlake decided. He decided, nah man, I've had enough of this. I'm just gonna go ham with a bunch of Marines. And that's exactly what he did. GG. Look at that. Yeah, he is now supply blocked. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, well, well. What do we think of that, folks? What do we think of that? We think that's that. Well, that is a shocker. You know, throughout the tournament, Radiowaves has looked very, very strong indeed. But it is Deathlake that is our first finalist. Deathlake goes through to the final. Radiowaves will now have to play FOD in order to secure a place in the final, and I don't think FOD has any intention of making that easy for him. FOD himself has had to grind his way through several players to get to a position where he's got a shot at the final with the what is it, Swiss style tournament that we've got here. You know, so I'm going to be very, very interested to see how those guys have got on. I know that the game was played tonight. I know that they played 3 games, and I know that because I've got an email with the replays. I'd love to have time to do them, but I just can't. I've got to go to bed. No, really, I've got to go to bed. Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Sneaky proxy. Game over. GG.